Hey guys, Matt Straight Race Cards here. Happy Wednesday. And today, what I wanted to do was I wanted to share a video with you and share some of my pickups with you, but I wanted to do more than just a pickup video. I want you to take part in this video. I want to today talk about a collecting conundrum that I've been really processing and thinking about, and that is, who do I want to be as a collector? And again, I want, as I make this video, I want you guys to really think about this for you, because I'd love to hear your thoughts, because this is so much more than my own thoughts and processing. I'd love for this to be a hobby discussion. And so I wanted to share 3 things that have been kind of a part of my reflections as who I think, I want to be as a collector moving forward with this channel, and just how what are the things that drive my collecting journey. So I am so excited to share that with you guys. So let's dive in. The first of 3 things that I want to be as a collector is I want to be a collector that inspires. And I think inspiration can come from so many different places as we think about this card collecting hobby. Maybe that's, looking at a card of an athlete and thinking about their story and, transcending just beyond a simple card and thinking about the character of an athlete and who they were as a person on and off the field. And then thinking about your own story and how you can connect to that athlete. Man, that is inspiring. I think about, in my channel, I want to do things with authenticity and share the ups and downs in collecting. It's not always, this amazing pickup that you're making. Sometimes, there are wins and there are losses. And part of my reflection is that I want to share all of that with you guys. It is a long journey. People have shared in this hobby that collecting is a marathon and not a sprint. And man, for me as a runner, and that being a part of my journey, that is, strikes so true to me in my life and as a collector. I want to not only share with you guys, my card collecting journey, but really my life. This channel is about getting to be real and talk to you guys about, what's happening in my world, what, talked about my wife and my kids and everything else going on, because this is so much more to me than just a simple card collecting channel. This is a platform where, we get to encourage other people in life and, spread positivity and be a force in a beacon in the hobby that says, you know what, this is so much more than cards. It is about the community and people and connecting and hearing their stories. And I think that's why I've loved getting to make videos and have a channel, is because I do want to be a channel that just goes beyond, simple pickups. And so I really struggled with, this idea of making videos just to make videos. I want to do something that goes beyond a simple video. So being a man and a collector that inspires is really something that I am aiming towards. Next, the next thing I want to be is I want to be a collector who is humble. And that might sound like a weird, goal for my card collecting identity, if you will. But for me, I want humility to mark not just my card collecting journey, but all areas of my life. And I think for me, that was something I struggled with in creating a channel, because I see, it can be a very narcissistic thing. It can be, oh, look what I've done, look at the cards that I have, or just all about me. And I couldn't be any more far from that, or I couldn't be striving to be any more, far from it being all about me, because it's really not. And my mom, in her sweet wisdom, was so kind when I was growing up. She would talk about the verse in scripture that talks about let another man's lips praise you and not your own. And so, I want that to be true of me. There's another passage, John 3:30, it says, he must become greater and I must become less. And I want that to be true to me. And then collecting, I don't know it all. I don't want to have much pride, because I don't have much pride, because I am still consider myself very new in this hobby, still learning. In the way I go about it, I don't want to tell people or show people that I know everything, but it's a simple, man, let me hear your story and what can I learn from you as I grow in this hobby. And so humility is something that I want to be a facet, a cornerstone for me in my character and in my walk and in my card collecting life. And then the last thing is I want to be a collector that finds meaning in cards and meaning in this collecting journey. I think about, my friend Terry at TJ Maxx Vintage Cards, who put out a video of talking about 3 different pieces of cards or memorabilia that meant a lot to him. And that was such a poignant video, because as I was thinking about my own collecting journey, I thought, how did I get into all of this? What was the impetus behind me just being very passionate about cards? And I think part of that was when I found my old cards, it brought in me and stirred up just these feelings of nostalgia. It brought me back to my childhood. And that was a significant moment. It brought me to a place that I hadn't been in a long time, my childhood. And that was meaningful to me. And that was exciting. And I've also learned as I've gotten to research cards I was thinking about, getting back into cards. I started researching T206 and all the history behind it. And I got to learn the players and understand stories like Christy Mathewson and Walter Johnson. And I just got really, really excited, because when I look at guys and athletes like that, they stand for something so much more than their great ball playing. They stood for integrity and hard work. And I want to collect players like that. I want to collect Chariots of Fire, because it reminds me to keep running the straight race of life that I've been trying to do my entire life. That write it on my gravestone. I want to be a man that ran the straight race after Christ. And card collecting is just another way to use cards as a way to point back to meaning. And so that's who I want to become as a collector. And so I'd love to hear from you. Who do you want to be? Because as I am processing through this journey, and taking this one video at a time, one card at a time, I hope to be someone that inspires, someone that does that with humility, and someone that looks to find meaning in cards and meaning in the community and encourage others along the way. So if there's anything that has, resonated with you in this video, I'd love to hear it. I'd love to hear your thoughts, because honestly, that is something that to me is almost more important than getting to share my own thoughts, is what you have to say about it. So please share with me your thoughts, and I'd love to connect with you more. Thanks, guys, and keep running the straight race. I'm going to show some cards of Kaline that I picked up, and I think as we transition to the card part of the video, to me, it just goes right along with a guy that has, sought after hard work and humility and excellence, all the things that I want to be in my channel. Kaline exemplified all those things and more. Thank you, guys. Let's see some cards. So as I was talking about, man, Kaline, I am working on his player run and wanted to show you some of the cards I picked up that remind me of all the great qualities that I was talking about that I strive to be as a collector. And Kaline exemplified those. So the first is a beautiful 1955 Bowman Topps. And what's fun, or 1955 Bowman, not Topps. What is fun about this card, I wasn't actually expecting to get this card, but I saw it on My Slabs and thought, you know what, if I get this, then I will actually be able to complete the PSA set registry run which is just a fun way to, actually do a player run because it gives you a significant checklist. Love this card. I didn't like the TV set at first, and this card and set have really grown on me. So love to have that as kind of a type card in my collection. And I think that's also what's great for anyone thinking about a player run is that you get to own lots of different cards from lots of different sets. So that has been really great for me. Moving right along, 1958 Topps. And part of this, I was looking for a card. 58 is pretty tough on centering, so I found one. It's not perfect, but it has pretty good centering for me. Was able to get this from Kurt over at BBC Emporium, who gave me a great deal. Thank you, Kurt, for the awesome deal. Really appreciate it. Awesome colors. Love those 58s. Just a beautiful set. Next up, a really fun one because of the story behind it. Picked up this 1960 Kaline, some more beautiful red in here. And what I was looking for in the 60 set specifically was a good registration. I think that's the most important thing for 1960 specifically because the colors really pop when you've got great registration, and it makes the set really a set worth chasing. A little off-centered, left or right, that's okay. I'm not too worried about that. But what was fun is as I was picking up this card, the guy on eBay I bought it from messaged me, gave me a great deal first of all, and messaged me, and turns out it was Man vs. Wax on Instagram, a guy that I followed and have enjoyed. And he said, you know what, for a few extra bucks, you can have this, I think it's 64 Topps, kind of large card, Al Kaline. Don't own any of those, so fun little pickup there. So awesome, great story, just of connecting with folks in the hobby. And then, sorry, I've got my little cover here on, so it might not be as clear, but here's the 62 Kaline, slowly chipping away at these. And what's fun is I'm actually just down to 4 cards plus the rookie. So I'm working on that. Actually 3 because I've got one on the way, I believe. 3 or 4. So my goal is to actually finish my run at Strongsville. So I want to get the 3 cards between now and April, 3 or 4 cards. And then I will pick up the rookie in Strongsville. So I am currently looking for 55 Topps, 57 Bowman, 65 Topps, and 66 Topps. So if you have those, let me know. Last but not least, I have just in a stunning pickup. For like 30 bucks, I'm like, you can't beat that. Maybe overpaid, but I don't really care because it's about the meaning behind something like this, because I look at this Kaline and I just love it. I got a Gehringer auto from this 1985 Perez Steel Great Moments to give to a friend, and I thought, what if I got a Kaline of that? And I was able to get one. Love these. Talks about great moments and some great players as well. Ruth, Kaline, Robinson, Garrick, Ford, Mathewson, Campanella, Johnson. I mean, what great names to be alongside. So love this Kaline. This is my first autograph of him. So any player run that I'm working on, I just think it'd be fun to include an auto in the collection. Would love to have a playing days auto, but this is something that I will cherish. So grateful for Al Kaline and grateful for the way he just reminds me of some wonderful qualities. So I want to carry that into my own life. Again, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this video, guys, and who you want to be as a collector. As always, appreciate you guys and keep running the straight race. Thanks.